Once upon a time, high above the clouds, where winter winds danced and sang, a special snowflake was born. Her name was Crystal. She wasn't like other snowflakes. While they sparkled and melted when they touched the ground, Crystal didn't melt at all, not in hands, not in sunlight, not even by a warm fire. "You're a magical one," whispered the north wind the day she was made. "You are not meant to melt. You are meant to find a heart that is warm with love, kindness, and courage. That is your home." So Crystal began her journey. She floated gently through the sky, passing snowy mountaintops and frozen lakes, looking for a heart where she could live forever. The first place she landed was on the mitten of a grumpy little boy in a snowy village. He was kicking snow and yelling, "I hate winter." Crystal tried to shine softly in his hand, but he just shook her off. "Go away," he shouted. And just like that, Crystal floated away again, a little sad. She flew further and saw a girl building a snowman. Maybe she is the one, Crystal thought, and settled on the girl's cheek. The girl looked up, surprised. "Wow, you're still here. You didn't melt." She smiled and showed Crystal to her father. But when her younger brother cried because his snowman kept falling, she laughed loudly at him. Crystal's glow dimmed. This heart was sweet, but not warm enough to live in. She flew far and wide, over icy rivers and glowing towns. Days turned to nights. Crystal began to wonder, would she ever find a heart truly warm? One evening, as the stars began to sparkle, she floated down into a forest. There, under a pine tree, sat a little boy wrapped in an old scarf. He was holding a tiny bird close to his chest. The boy whispered, "Don't worry, little one. You'll be warm. I won't let anything happen to you." Crystal was drawn to his voice. She gently floated down and landed on his hand. The boy looked at her and smiled. "You're beautiful," he said, "so cold and bright." But instead of shaking her off, he cupped her gently and held her near his heart. He didn't care that she was cold. He just cared for the tiny bird and for her. Crystal felt something she had never felt before. His heart, it glowed, not with fire or heat, but with kindness, love, and courage. Suddenly, Crystal began to sparkle brighter than ever. A soft light glowed around her. The wind whispered again, "This is your home." Crystal floated into the boy's chest and gently melted not into water, but into his heart. From that day on, she lived inside him, keeping his heart brave and full of kindness. And whenever he helped someone or hugged a friend, a little shimmer of snowlight would twinkle in his eyes. The magical snowflake had finally found where she belonged.